Well, the Canadian government's intention to roll back the amount of foreign workers may not impact agriculture. Host of Real Ag Radio, Sean Haney, joins us now with the latest. Sean, thank you so much for being here. So I understand that you spoke with the president of the entire Ontario Federation of Ag on Real Ag Radio today. What is his level of concern on this matter?
Yeah, good to be with you here this morning. So this is something that I have been concerned about, and I've been getting a lot of emails from the Real Ag Radio audience about as well. They're very concerned. We've seen Immigration Minister Mark Miller talk numerous times about the government's intention to roll back the amount of temporary foreign workers coming into Canada. Of course, agriculture is very reliant on this labor source. So I've got Drew Spolstra, who is the president of the UFA, going to be on the show today. And now he wouldn't use the word exemption. Now, some mainstream media is using the word exemption, but he feels that agriculture, in discussions with the federal government, is going to be untouched by this change. Now, based on the significant cut the government's talking about, I'm curious which industry is going to have to maybe cut back significantly on their use of TFWs, because, and I asked Drew, which industry is being targeted by the government, because they have not been clear on that matter. If it's not agriculture, then who is inappropriately or overusing these TFWs? And he didn't have an answer for that. But at this point, OFA is saying that they believe that agriculture is not going to be caught in this net, so to speak, of the government reducing the foreign workers coming into Canada.
This is interesting, Sean. I mean, it sounds very vague. I mean, I would assume that temporary foreign workers are very important to agriculture there.
Yeah, so the vagueness, thank you. That's exactly my concern about this. And, just because the government has, or a representative has said that, don't worry, agriculture, I think this is something that farm groups are going to have to make sure they continue to communicate about, because I don't think you should drop your guard at all and just sort of assume that the government's going to follow through with what they say, because we all know that doesn't always happen. You're correct that TFWs are incredibly important to agriculture, especially in Ontario. You look at the horticulture industry, also the processing sector. So it's not just primary agriculture on farm that's using TFWs, but also the processing sector as well, across livestock and vegetables and crops. It's very, very important source of labor. And one of the big pushes here is that maybe the industry should be hiring Canadians instead of accessing foreign labor. And as Drew Spolstra points out, we're kind of already tried that. That's the reason why people have moved to TFWs, is because they can't seem to get Canadians hired for some of these jobs. So the TFW source is incredibly important for agriculture.
It sounds like something that, of course, we're dealing with here in the States, and trying to get a push for more people that are in the state, in the country, to do the jobs. But obviously something you're going to be watching, and I'm sure you're going to be keeping us up to date on all of that, Sean. Thank you so much. Host of Real Ag Radio, Sean Haney, appreciate you being here. This is Real Ag Radio Update, brought to you by Heads Up Plant Protectants. You want to go to headsupst.com for more information on their product line. And of course, you can catch Sean on his show, Real Ag Radio. Airs 4:30 p.m. Eastern weekdays on Rural Radio Channel 147, and that's on Sirius XM.